What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're covering the Austrian Grand Prix, round number 9 of Season 4. Even though the screen says Season 5, we will gloss over that. We have Daniel Ricciardo in second place in the driver's standings now, so he's overtaken Lewis Hamilton, who's had a bad run of results in the last few rounds, so hopefully we can rectify that at the Austrian Grand Prix. Friday practice is underway, and as always, just getting those resource points up, and I think in this episode, I'll make a decision as to whether we might need to keep upgrading the car. I have made the rules change to strict corner cutting rules, and that might balance out the AI to be a little bit quicker versus myself. Now, exploring the track limits here in Austria, going through the penultimate corner, just pushing pretty hard in practice, seeing what the limits were, and sure enough, we just went over the white lines there. So, invalidated lap, that's something we'll need to watch out for in qualifying. The lap that we would have set would have been a 1:07.5, so that would have put us about 6th place. So we're there, near enough to the pace so far this weekend. Only used the super soft tyres, haven't even delved into the ultra softs yet, so that'll be interesting when we get to qualifying to just see what our pace is going to be like. But that's the end of practice, time for quali.
Thanks for joining us on this Saturday afternoon where qualifying is about to start here in Austria. So sit back and enjoy the afternoon session.
Okay, you should be able to get into the next qualifying session easily, so try to get a hot lap in early so we can save the tyres.
And that is exactly what we're going to do for this qualifying session. There's set to be some rain happening 45 minutes after the start of first qualifying session. So we're going to get these laps in early. I think we might get some rain either in qualifying 2, maybe even qualifying 3. That might be a certainty, but we'll have to wait and see. The clouds do look very threatening so far. Banker lap 1:06.8. I wasted absolutely no time in getting on the ultra soft tyres and setting a lap. I actually went wide of the white line there, which wasn't allowed in practice. For some reason in qualifying, it's fine. But we carried on for the second lap. I felt like my first one wasn't quite good enough, but the second one definitely secured us into the next session of qualifying. Lewis Hamilton right behind me. He was on the super soft tyres though, so he's decided that he doesn't want to use those super softs for the rest of the weekend. And here we are, qualifying 2. Intermediate conditions, light rain settling into heavy rain in 10 minutes time. So once again, going out right at the start of the session. This is when the track is going to be at its most optimal on the intermediate tyres. If you wait too long and go out on a set of wets, you might be 5 seconds slower than everyone else who set times on inters. So at the moment, just going out, setting as many laps as we can. I put like 10 laps worth of fuel on board, and for the next 5 or so minutes, just getting a feeler of the conditions and just finding our pace. It looks like so far in the second lap, we found quite a bit more time, found a lot more grip in the tyres, and just got a lot more used to the conditions, and we're pushing on for a third lap here. And this is going to be an improvement of 4, maybe 5 tenths. We run wide through the final corner. Haven't got a clean run through there in a while yet, but we do improve to a 1:16.5. Still in P2 for the moment, and now on this 4th lap, that's when the track just went downhill. It went to heavy rain. That was the kind of transition period. So we've got all our laps in. We're in P2 at the moment, and as we headed into the pit lane, Sebastian Vettel went faster. So that was the end of that session. A few big names got knocked down in qualifying 2, which is going to make things interesting for the next part, for the rest of the weekend, sorry. But qualifying 3, the heavy rain has actually dissipated, and we've gone back to light rain conditions. And I think we might be going back to maybe a dry track by session end. We'll have to wait and see. We go fastest on our first lap, second lap now, and we're going purple again to the middle sector. Through the final 2 corners, it'll be crucial for us to not stuff it up, and we have. Ran wide. That time we got disallowed for that lap, so we have to press on again. It didn't phase me too much because I knew if I just pressed on, I can just improve lap on lap. I wasn't, going all out. I was just, once again, building up my lap times and seeing how I do. But up to reach revs, this is going to be an improvement of 7.5 tenths. Puts us first place quite clearly over the rest of the field on a 1:14 something, I think it was. No, it was a 15.8. Never mind. But checkered flag is out. End of the session. We put on a brand new set of intermediate tyres. This time with 3 laps of fuel. So this is essentially a true qualifying lap at the end of the session. There's a bit of a drying line starting to appear on the racing line. which is definitely going to make the conditions fairly optimal for us. 4 tenths up through the middle sector. Things are looking very good at the moment, with only a few cars out on track, all of them behind me. So, yeah, we're looking quite good. Through the final 2 corners, I held back a little bit, shifted down to 4th gear, just to make sure that I got this lap in, because this is the end of the session, the most important part. We've lost the back end, and that's cost us a good 2 tenths on the run up to the line. I think we still got first place. Yes, we did. So it was very important to get a lap in right at the end of the session. I knew the track was going to get better, and a few other cars improved their times as well. But yeah, there we go. Pole position for the Austrian Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel lines up alongside me in 2nd place. My championship rivals, Ricardo down in P4, Hamilton down in P6. So he's got a lot of work to do for the race, but yeah, we're in the box seat, and with a pretty big championship lead, this could be a really good weekend for us. It's time for the race.
Austria, traditional home of many great things. Apple strudel, Mozart, Niki Lauda, oh, and of course, one of the finest high-speed racetracks on the planet. We're right in the thick of the season now, and the championship battle is hotting up. But if there's any race that stands to rip up the form book, it's this one.
You've done well to put it on pole, but we've still got work to do.
That is very, very true, Engineer. Here we are for the Austrian Grand Prix on the grid. It's important for us at this point of the season to not get lost in the numbers and to make sure that we, don't sit back and just be happy with, podiums or 4th or 5th places. We've got to make sure we keep up that consistency and keep our lead that we have at the moment. But here we are on the grid. There's set to be no interruptions in terms of the weather today, so that's going to be a welcome change. It's myself versus Sebastian Vettel, both the Red Bulls on the 2nd row of the grid, and of course my teammate Lewis Hamilton down the grid a little bit. It'll be interesting to see his progress in this race. Away we go for the Austrian Grand Prix, and look at that wheel spin off the line. Vettel goes absolutely nowhere, and Verstappen on the soft compound tyres has taken the lead. Incredible. Like, both the guys on the front row are absolutely nowhere. I'm in 2nd place, and Hulkenberg has come out of nowhere into 3rd place as well. And now we've got to find a way around Max Verstappen, who is on the better race tyre for the moment. Doing the one-stop, it must be said. Contacts between myself and Verstappen. I was not happy about that, to be honest. He squeezed me and left me absolutely no room to get through. But now we go side by side through the middle sector now. Crucial to get a better exit. Wheel tagging again on the run through to the fast left-hander, and Verstappen is looking very racy at this part of the Grand Prix. Wow, contact twice on the first lap, and we both survived somehow. Hulkenberg is sitting very pretty there in 3rd place, and it looks like Hamilton is shaping a move up the inside of Vettel into turn 1. Verstappen, he's locked up, and he's completely surrendered the lead. He's gone down to like 5th or 6th place there, battling away with Lewis Hamilton into turn... What the hell just happened there? On the replay, Verstappen was like unchallenged into turn 1, and he's just cracked under pressure. Unbelievable scenes here in this Austrian Grand Prix. Here's the onboard from Hamilton, who dive bombs Vettel, but in the same process, Verstappen was on the outside on the racing line and runs into the side of him. Hamilton has chipped off a bit of his front wing, so he's going to be absolutely gutted. He's going to lose a lot of his pace here. A lot of high-speed corners around this Austrian Grand Prix circuit, and look at that, he's getting attacked by both the Red Bulls now. I think Vettel will get into that argument as well, and there's a huge train behind those guys, so that's going to be a long first stint for Hamilton trying to battle away and keep those guys behind him. But us though, we're going to try and pull away on the super soft tyres. Hulkenberg on the same strategy as me and just staying with me as I continue to set purple lap times. Hulkenberg hasn't really dropped out of the 1 second DRS window yet, which is quite frustrating because I have the pace to pull away, but the slipstream is so powerful at a high-speed circuit like this that it's just allowing Hulkenberg to stay with me. Contact in the run to turn 2, and Hulkenberg tries to hang around the outside. Nothing really doing for him there on that occasion. But we might have to watch out for Hulkenberg today because we've gone for quite an aggressive qualifying style setup. We've run wide through turn 1. This might give Hulkenberg the chance he needs. He moves into the lead of this Austrian Grand Prix. I think one of the Red Bulls follows him through as well. We've got lots of dirt just flinging out the back of our Mercedes car here. Hamilton in the picture as well, and he'll be lining up a move on me in no time, of course, as well. But Ricardo like his teammate, is on the soft compound tyres and playing the long game here. So he's set for a really good back end of this race. If he can stay with us on the soft compound tyres, we've still got to run that slower compound with him. So if Ricardo does end up doing the one stop with us, then that could be a very big battle we have indeed to try and keep him behind on the faster tyres later on in this race. Marcus Ericsson has either crashed or had some kind of engine failure. He was parked off to the side there on the exit of turn number 2. Another mistake, and that sees Ricardo go up the inside. Bit of frustrating, because at this phase of the Grand Prix, I want to still be leading. I want to be tagged onto the back of Hulkenberg before our first round of pit stops, but I've just lost a lot of pace. And those mistakes definitely don't help either. Here goes Hamilton up the inside into turn 2. Contact between the teammates, and we hang on to our position. But that is not what I need at this phase of the race. Hamilton going up the inside. Here's the replay. And yeah, just enough room for us to squeeze through. Hamilton doesn't throw up the hand, whereas I did. Whenever there's contact, both people normally throw up the hand. But here's Ricardo round the outside of Hulkenberg through turn 1. That's impressive. That's a move for the ages. And he moves into the lead of this race. Hamilton again up the inside into turn 2. Will there be contact again? He takes up more room this time. And looks like he might be better placed to take P3 in this Grand Prix. We're going to try and hang it with him. Rich Revs. The engineer is giving me a strategy change. But I absolutely don't care about that at the moment. We have to surrender. Don't have the tyre grip at this stage. I wasn't really willing to brave it around the outside on tyres that have gone well past their best stage. But into the pit lane we go, really grip limited into there. I think if I would have braked any later, I would have sped into the pit lane. But onto the soft compound tyres, Hulkenberg has followed us in as well, and he just emerges right in front of us. So this is the battle for the Austrian Grand Prix. It's me versus Hulkenberg versus Hamilton versus Daniel Ricciardo. Ricciardo, it must be said, with the track position, with the fresher, super soft tyres to put on, he's in the box seat for this race. And Hamilton, with that lengthy first pit stop, had to change his front wing after contact with Verstappen earlier in the race, if you do remember. Rejoining on the track, lap 15. This is Hulkenberg getting tangled up with Jenson Button, and we take effective P2 in this race as Jenson just completely held him up on the exit of turn 1. We fly past him, but I don't think Hulkenberg is quite done yet. He's going up the inside of me, and what a battle this is turning into. Austria really turns up the races in these career mode episodes. It's absolutely amazing. But we carry on to the end of 15, and still no one coming into the pits yet. So our race here is going to be decided on how fast we can go in this middle stint of the race, while the other guys stay out on their used soft compound tyres. Ricardo pitted sometime around 15-16, and he's just emerged in front of us on the super soft tyres. A couple retirements here. This is Daniel Kvyat and Roman Grosjean. Massive contact on the penultimate corner, and I think this might trigger a safety car. That's an absolutely huge crash there. Kvyat just losing it at a really odd place. Stopped on the track, and Grosjean just comes out of nowhere. Probably didn't sight him around the corner. Wasn't enough time for the marshals to bring out the yellow flags, and that is horrific contact between those two guys, and no safety car for that. That's unbelievable. That was right on the racing line. Huge contact, debris everywhere. There's still debris on the exit of that ripple strip. So I was very surprised to not see a safety car at that stanza of the race. To be fair, I don't know what I would have done if the safety car would have came out there, but we carry on to lap 22. Hulkenberg has found his pace as my tyres start to drop off a little bit. At this phase of the race, I was saving a bit of fuel, to be fair. So we let Hulkenberg go. We're going to stay with him if we can. Save more fuel. Yellow flags through the middle sector as we go up the inside of Hulk. Bit of wheel-to-wheel contact, that's fine. And we move back into P2. Down to 19 runners in this Grand Prix. And yeah, we're just chilling. Ricciardo has got a massive lead, and we're just trying to hold off Nico Hulkenberg for the moment. He goes around the outside through the middle sector. Puncture!
Front right tyre has a puncture.
Thanks for that, Jeffrey. He's always on the ball there. You could clearly see I was sideways and suffering with something. He goes, oh, in case you didn't know, there was a puncture. But, man, contact through the right. That was a really good battle. Just a shame that it had to end that way. And yeah, I don't know whose fault that is. I'll have to get a shot here. This'll really tell the picture. Hulkenberg round the outside. He goes really fast and around the outside. I think it's just the difference of speed. Maybe I brake too early. And Hulkenberg's left rear has just gone straight into my right rear tyre. Chipped off my front wing too, somehow, which was quite interesting. But now we've got the puncture. Got to limp it back to the pits, and this is gonna really spoil our race here. P5 at the moment, and we're probably gonna drop to somewhere near the back end of the top 10. Very, very costly when you're in a championship fight, and I've just got to hope that there's a safety car at the back end, because we're in trouble here. In P8, yellow flags up ahead. Please be a safety car. Anything? No. Okay, it's just a local yellow for Wehrlein, who is going. He's absolutely crawling on that start-finish straight. But Verstappen rejoins behind us on the ultra soft tyres, and he's going to be quite quick versus us when we put on the super soft tyres 6 laps to go. So he's on fresh ultra soft tyres. He's going to be mega quick. So we just got to do what we can for the next 5 laps to keep him behind us. He goes up the inside into turn 1. Doesn't get a good exit though, and this is going to give us at least half a chance to maybe go up the inside once again. Rich revs. And surely there's a dive bomb coming here. It's not really a dive bomb when you come from alongside in the braking zone, but either way, some people in the comments like to think that's a dive bomb. But there we go, up into P7, and another local yellow. This might be for Wehrlein again. He's actually spun. What is Wehrlein doing today? He's really suffering from some gremlins today. Either his car is just not working properly, or Wehrlein is just having an absolute mare. Look at that. That's quite dangerous when you're battling away with one of your championship rivals, but we carry on. Still 5 laps to go. The AI get a super run out of that fast right-hander leading up to turn, the penultimate corner, whatever turn number that is, but a little bit of contact between ourselves and Verstappen. Just grazed his right rear tyre, left rear tyre with my front right end plate. If that was, well, real life, there might have been a puncture there, but we get the position back. Verstappen around the outside again, around the outside. I tell you what, we might not get a good finishing position today, but the battling has been top class. There's just been so much battling, it's incredible. Around the outside, into turn 2. Let's try and do the over and under on him, get a nice exit. The AI are weak off this corner, so we make the most of that. And there we go, back into P7. Let's chuck it back up into Rich and open the DRS and hold on to that position for the moment. 4 laps to go. Again, look at Verstappen. He just gets so much momentum off that fast right-hander, left right-hander, and sets the AI up beautifully to go the inside into that fast right-hander. But yeah, we hold on for now, having to go defensive here. Verstappen has a lot of pace, and I don't have a lot of fuel to work with here. I've got to start saving at some stage, and that might have to be now as Verstappen takes P7. And with older tyres and a lot of fuel down, we had to concede that position. He got away anyway. I don't think the fuel situation would have really affected things. He was much quicker at this phase of the race. But that's the Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel takes the win. Yeah, quite disappointing what happened today. Ricciardo didn't win either, so I don't know what the deal is there. We'll talk about that when we get back to the results screen. But there we go. P8 and a lot of points lost.
Better than that at the next race. Not our best day by any means.
Great effort there from Ferrari to take the victory today. Well, this is it. This is where they all want to be. Here come the top 3 then, out onto the podium after a fascinating Grand Prix.
So there we go, guys. That has been the Austrian Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel coming out on top in the end. Sergio Perez came desperately close to winning that on the 1 stop. So the reason why Daniel Ricciardo was not winning that race, he did 3 stops in that Grand Prix. So, wow. That is a quite incredible turn of events. We almost had a Force India winning another race, but yeah, such a shame to lose so many points in the championship due to battling with Hulkenberg and getting that puncture. We would have been on for a pretty good result. I would have backed myself to hold on to track position versus some of the other guys who are coming back through the field on 2 stops, for example. But there we go. That's the way it's panned out. We lost a few points in the championship, but we still lead by 30. Daniel Ricciardo in 2nd, but Sergio has overtaken my teammate and moved into 3rd in the driver's standing. So this is a huge turn of events. Force India coming out of nowhere in the last few races and looking quite threatening. the fact that he's only 3 points away from Ricciardo says a lot about how much performance Force India have found in the last few Grand Prix. But that's this episode, the Austrian Grand Prix. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to see plenty more F1 game videos. And the resource points. I've decided after this race that we're going to do some upgrading. I think we still have a little bit more improvement to find, and we're going to do that in the form of resource points, an improvement to the rear drag. So we'll see what kind of effect that has on our car in the upcoming Grand Prix. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the battling today, and yeah, let's get stuck into this championship and make sure we hold on. Until the next one, guys, I'll see you next time.